The second classes of rock are sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are rocks were previously igneous and their particles are now being cemented and caked together through water action or action of water, where under the earth's surface, where under the ocean, they now form a solid mass or compact mass of rock after millions or billions of years. Examples are rocks whose appearance may be coarse like grit, and the rounded conglomerate, the angular breccia, or those that are fine-grained like clay, shale, sand, and gravel, or the soft mud stone. Kinds of rocks are three types or three kinds. We have mechanically formed sedimentary rock, organically formed sedimentary rocks, and chemically formed sedimentary rock. Mechanically formed sedimentary rocks are rocks that are igneous particles that have been cemented or brought together under water action to form different types. They can be angular, rounded, cemented. Then we describe them as rudiceous, argillaceous, and different types as stated earlier. We also have the second kind, which is the organically formed sedimentary rocks. Like the name implies, when you hear organic, that means they are formed from living matter, either vegetative or like old dinosaurs that died and their bones are now being caked together, or their bones have melted and formed mass of vegetative carbon or vegetative matter to form rocks. This usually take millions and billions of years under the water. Then when the water is dried up, the mass that is formed will now be showing as soft rocks. The first type of this kind of organically formed sedimentary rock is the calcareous type. Calcareous means they originate from remains like fish shell, turtle shell, snail shell, and other T-Rex dinosaurs that died, and their bones have now formed hard mass or mass of calcareous matter over the years and is now forming a soft rock or hard rock. Examples are limestone, chalk, which are essential to man for the creation or in the construction of buildings and roads. The second type of organically formed sedimentary rock are called the carbonaceous type or the carbonaceous rock. When we hear carbonaceous, that means they are formed from vegetative matters. That's big trees that has large trunks in swamps and forests that fell into the ocean after a long period of time. They now form hard mass of rock as they are being compacted together by pressure or overlying rock that compress them to form a hard mass of rock like peat, lignite, coal, and others. They are used for different ignition or burning purpose by man. For instance, we have coal in Enugu, Nigeria, and we have beds of lignite in Asaba. The third type of sedimentary rocks that we have is chemically formed sedimentary rock. That means they are being formed from result of chemical precipitation or evaporation from rocks or beds of ocean floors. Examples are gypsum, which is resulting from the evaporation of salt rock under the sea, like in the Dead Sea. We also have others like the precipitation of rocks like calcium carbonate under limestone region. Other rocks of this nature can be potash, which is locally known as can, which is used in the preparation or when making owo or cooking beans, like the olele. Characteristics of sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks are formed from existing rocks or sediments of other existing rocks or particles of other existing rocks. Other rocks, when acted upon by weather, like reaction to oxygen in the air, hydrogen and oxygen in rainwater or others, they gradually break apart or break up, and their mineral particles are either blown away by wind and carried into the sea or river, where they are later cemented, baked together by agents of denudation, underwater action. Due to the fact that they are made from sediments, underwater action now make them to contain fissures or impurities like shells, bones, plant petals, and others. They can also be formed from wind action as eoline or loose materials or landforms. They are stratified rocks. That means they occur in layers. They are very fertile, especially when they are made from alluvial or loose materials. Their composition and texture vary due to the fact that they are made from different agents and materials or material deposition. Some are river form, some lake form, ice form, sea form, etc. Hence, Hence, mechanically, conglomerates are rounded and cemented. Breccia are cemented and angular, while mudstone are fine grained, chalk are soft. 7. Some of the calcareous sediments contain mealy or fragments of animal remains like fish shell, sea lily, turtle bones, coral, etc. They can be mechanically formed. 8. They can be mechanically formed from baked, cemented, or individual particles that are singular from other existing materials or rocks. Organically formed from calcareous or animal remains. Carbonaceously formed from vegetative remains that are mass of carbon. They can also be chemically formed from evaporation or precipitation of materials under seabed. Examples of sedimentary rocks are limestone, chalk, coal, conglomerates, globeragina, and others. Now, the last type of proper rocks, like igneous sedimentary, is the last type, which is called metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks are rocks that have already been existing as sedimentary or igneous, but has now been subjected to pressure or high pressure and high temperature, or both. Under this high pressure action, these rocks now form banding or now has band. They now change in their texture, in their characteristics, to form other type of rocks that were just different from their appearance or their previous appearance and texture. Under this metamorphosis of heat and pressure, clay is changed to slate, limestone is changed to shale, is changed to squid, and coal to graphite. All these are all sedimentary rocks examples. Then an igneous rock that can be changed in this nature is granite. Characteristics of metamorphic rocks. Because metamorphic rocks usually take place under regional and thermal metamorphism, they tend to contain hard and compact forms because they are formed or reproduced from extreme pressure and temperature, or extreme pressure or extreme temperature. This is due to the increase in the load of the overlying rock or due to thermal forces underneath the earth crust where they exist. 2. New minerals are formed from the old structure or old minerals in the rock. For example, quartz are melted and there is recrystallization in sandstone and granite. In limestone, calcium carbonate cools into compact mass of crystals that forms white marble. They change in texture and structure. Some become platy, some slaty, flaky, and bounded. Examples of rocks that occur in bands that are metamorphic are gneisses. They show degrees of flowation where they begin to crack and get divided. Examples are squids. Uses of rocks are: 1. Rocks are very important and useful to man in the area of construction, preparation of food, and other things. Then the rock at the surface of the earth or the rocks in a settlement determines the wealth and the richness of the people in that place. The granite dome has served the people of Jos and in its settlement has yielded minerals like tin. Mud has provided diamonds for people in Liberia in Africa. Limestone is a good material for cement, or it is used in the cement industry. They are very useful for industrial preparation of foods, to construction of roads, or for the preparation or manufacturing of raw materials. They provide for all forms of building materials like limestone for cement, marble, dolomite, and others. In Nigeria, we have gravel and okpila, which are places where we have cement factories. They provide for fuel or fissile fuel like lignite that is found in Asaba, and bituminous or steam coal like we have in Enugu. Rocks like sedimentary rocks have over the years helped Nigeria by yielding crude oil in between its strata, and it is also used as brick or clay for the artists or building materials, like we have beds of clay in the coastal region of Lagos. It also provides ornamental stones like gold, like we have in Johannesburg, South Africa, and we also have alluvial gold in Ilesha, Nigeria. Earlier we have diamond in Liberia. Rock are also sources of economic metals like copper and tin, like we have in Jos Plateau, tin and basalt. We also have zinc in Abakaliki in Anambra State.